and welcome to the IDTalk podcast. My name is Peter Counter and I am the editor-in-chief of FindBiometrics, which is reporting live from New York this week at the ISC East Security Conference. Our own Doug OGorden is on the exhibition floor speaking to the leading biometrics and identity vendors at the show, getting a read on the pulse of our dynamic and rapidly evolving industry. In this special episode, OGorden speaks to Paul Witt, GM and VP of Sales for the Americas at Oosto. Oosto has been a fixture in the news coverage as of late, thanks to its rebrand from AnyVision, a major partnership with Carnegie-Mellon University, and its strong, outspoken stances on the ethical use of face biometrics and AI. Those are all topics discussed in this episode of IDTalk, so let's get right to it. Here is FindBiometrics' Doug OGorden in conversation with Oosto's Paul Witt directly from ISC East.
Hi, FindBiometrics listeners. Doug OGorden here with Paul Witt, GM and VP of Sales for America with Oosto, formerly AnyVision. Paul, nice to meet you.
Thank you. Great to be here, and always great to talk to a fellow Chicagoan as well.
Cheers. Yeah. Tell me what you're showcasing here at ISC West.
So I think the first thing that jumps out at people is our rebranding of Oosto. As you mentioned earlier, we were formerly AnyVision. We have rebranded our company to really focus on our new direction that we can talk about in a little while. But that's the first thing that jumps out at you as far as what we're showcasing. On top of that, we're having a lot of discussions about our new relationship with Carnegie-Mellon University, specifically their Scilab Biometric Research Institute, and how much that's playing into the future innovation of our platform. We're also showcasing some of our partners. We have a great partner ecosystem, which is great for our go-to-market strategy. The likes of Milestone and Atos and NVIDIA and Convergent, Johnson Controls, Orion Security, ProSecure. People are really impressed when they come in and start talking to us about our ecosystem of partners, because they know that we can bring a full solution with a lot of different players to solve their very difficult real-world problems.
Mm-hmm. What are your impressions of the show so far? We've only been here for like 4 hours. What's your feedback?
The feedback really is that there's a lot of energy on the floor with people that I think that they're just really excited to be talking to other human beings without a camera in between them. You can really feel that there's a genuine connections being made, and that people are really excited about being back out in the trade show world and having really solid conversations about real world problems that they're having in their corporations. And there's a personalness to it that you just can't get via Zoom, Teams, GoToMeeting, all those things. And I'm really feeling that at the show.
Yeah. Physicalness at a physical security show.
Yes.
Makes sense.
Exactly.
So Oosto has become a vocal leader in conversations around ethical AI and facial recognition. Can you please speak on the importance of empty databases in facial recognition deployments?
Absolutely. Ethical facial recognition has a lot of moving parts to it, a lot of pieces. But at the foundation of it is how you handle the watch lists. We're strongly, adamantly against pre-populating a watch list. Scraping social networks like LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and pulling those pictures and information into a central database, using government databases, buying databases, putting them in a central database, and having one or two companies manage all of that really sensitive private data. That flies in the face of all things privacy. And we just don't think that's a very good use of the technology. We prefer to provide an empty database to our customers so they can build it around their very customized individual use cases, whether that's a VIP or a dignitary getting into a special area at the Super Bowl, whether that's an executive floor at a corporate building in Wall Street, or whether that's casinos watching for known cheaters and bad actors coming into their facility. That's how you really build a use case around the technology and build the watch list such that you're adhering to all the different privacy laws that are globally different, whether it's implementing in the UK with GDPR or whether you're in the US, and even within the US you have different biometric rules in Illinois versus California versus New York versus Maine, which is the most strict one. So by giving our customers the ability to build the watch list themselves and be customizable that gives them the flexibility to get around a lot of those and really get the use out of the product and platform.
Great. Ethicalness.
Is that a word? I think you just made up a word.
Yeah, it's the new biometric buzzword. Okay, so Oosto recently rebranded, and then you kind of touched on this earlier, but Oosto recently rebranded from AnyVision after announcing a new partnership with Carnegie-Mellon University's SciLab Biometric Research Center. How will this rebrand and partnership affect your company moving forward?
Indeed, yeah. So, AnyVision was known as the very top, best of class face recognition product. And that's a great base to start from. But any strong company has to innovate. They have to evolve. And part of that innovation and evolution of our technology was going to bat with Carnegie-Mellon and pulling in some of their just enormous knowledge base on biometrics, neural networks, AI. And so we've pulled in a lot of their data to take us into a direction of more safety on top of security. Security, you think about keeping people out, putting people in. Safety is more of object recognition. Is there a weapon there? Is there an unattended box or unattended luggage? Behavior recognition. Is there somebody that just tripped down the stairs and fell and needs help? Is there somebody that is walking around in a very agitated state? Is there a small child that is lost and is looking confused? These are safety aspects that computer vision AI and our product line can help with. And the Carnegie-Mellon partnership has really built that direction up with us and that innovation of our company, and the Oosto brand is the flag that we're flying for that new direction we're taking, and we're really excited about it. I can't tell you how excited about the partnership and the direction of the branding and the company in general is going.
Nice. Last question. We're kicking off our 19th annual year in review, and it's sort of a all things biometric research study we've been doing. Could you add any home runs or success stories or things you could add to the research that Oosto, AnyVision, had last year? So any type of examples?
I think the Carnegie-Mellon relationship, I hate to be repetitive, but that relationship and the carrying the flag of ethical face recognition and educating not only our partners but our customers, the press, the industry, the government. By doing that kind of education and enablement is just going to help the whole industry. And ultimately what we really want to do, whether it's Oosto or anybody else, is provide a solution that is effective and makes a company's world safer, more secure. And if we can do that with facial recognition and we can fly the flag of ethical face recognition, that's a huge win for everybody, particularly for Oosto.
Great. Thank you for your time, Paul. Have a great show.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And that concludes our interview with Paul Witt, GM and VP Sales for the Americas at Oosto. For more information on the topics discussed in this episode, visit ousto.com. And for more live event coverage of ISC East, stay tuned to FindBiometrics.com. Thank you again to Paul for joining us on this episode, and thank you to Doug OGorden for conducting the interview. Our podcast theme music is by Logomrad. I have been your host, Peter Counter. Thank you for listening to the IDTalk podcast.